Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Today we have something special. We have a honey and ginger glazed salmon. On the side, we have some sauteed shrimp, along with a baked sweet potato and some sauteed asparagus. So, you will need a few things here. You'll need some citrus of some kind. I use lemon, I use ginger and garlic to make my glaze. We got some asparagus, sweet potatoes, salmon, and shrimp. So jumping right into it, I do want to get my sweet potatoes washed off. We get those a good scrub with my vegetable brush. And then before I get those in the oven, I do like to line my pan with foil because I do try to bake those sweet potatoes for about an hour or so. The natural sugars in the sweet potato give it such a good flavor. So I'm going to rub those with some avocado oil and wrap them individually in a little bit of aluminum foil to get on that tray. And again, I'll be baking them at a pretty high temperature. I baked mine at 450 for about an hour until they're soft. So we're going to get those in the oven and get those going. So the first thing that we're going to get going here is the asparagus. So when you have asparagus, you don't really have to cut them. They will break where they're most tender. So you can just break those ends off. Makes it a lot easier to get those prepped. The piece of salmon that I got, I portioned it into 3 pieces. You could just make it into one big piece, whatever you prefer. I feel like it's easier to handle and break them down into smaller portions. I'm then going to get those seasoned up. I used a little bit of kosher salt, some garlic powder, some white pepper, and some paprika. I wanted my seasoning to be fairly simple because I am going to be putting on a glaze. We don't want to have a heavy seasoned seasoning on there or a flavored seasoning on there and then also have a glaze. It would just take away from the flavor of the glaze, and you want all of the focus to be on that. So again, I'm just going to get everything seasoned up here very well, and then I'm going to massage all those seasonings into the salmon and the shrimp. Again, like with my shrimp and grits, I do like to use white pepper instead of black pepper when I'm cooking seafood. I just think it gives the chance to bring out the seafood flavor. Black pepper can be a little bit strong. So then we're going to start with the components of our glaze. I have some fresh ginger that I'm going to grate up along with some fresh garlic. I want to get those going, and then I'm also going to get some lemon zest from that lemon there. And get those zest up, put in the bowl. And I use 2 cloves of garlic and about an inch of ginger. Depending on how many pieces of salmon you're making will determine how much you want to use. You want to zest the lemon. Got a pretty nice sized lemon, and then I'm also going to get the juice from that lemon to reinforce that lemon flavor. So not only will we have the pungent flavor of the zest, we'll also have the juice to give, again, a base to our glaze. So go ahead and get that entire lemon zested so you have all of that flavor in the bowl. And then we're going to get that juice going. I have a little contraption that I like to use to get my juice out. That way I don't get the seeds in there. If you don't have it, it's okay. Use your hands, your fingers, and get rid of all of those little seeds. But this does make it a little bit easier for you. Just slice it in half. And I only used half of the lemon. This is a pretty juicy lemon. I like to use quite large lemons. Get all that juice in the bowl there. So our sweet potatoes are now ready. I just want to take a quick peek at those just to see how they've come along. Be careful. This is really hot. And I know that I'm being a little bit unsafe here and not eating things, but don't be like me. So now we need to get things sauteed. So I like to use avocado oil for the smoked meat and then butter for flavor. And the first thing we're going to get going is our shrimp. You're going to get a quick saute on those shrimp. Shrimp do not take long to cook, so I like to get those just sauteed first. And then I'll follow up with adding in my salmon. So we're going to get some nice color on these shrimp. Get those flipped over one good time. Give them a few minutes on each side. And then they'll be good to go ahead and take out. And we're going to use the same pan and go ahead and get our salmon nice and sauteed. So we're going to be starting our salmon on the stove top, but then we're going to finish it in the oven. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we want to get a nice sear on our salmon. I do skin side down first to clean. That's however you would like to get those going. So I would say about 4 minutes on each side, give or take. Again, we're going to get those started on the stove top. And then saute one side, we'll flip them over, get some color on the other side as well. And then in order for them to cook all the way through, I'm going to finish those off in the oven. So you get a nice crispy skin on the first side. And then once that skin is nice and crispy, we flip that over. That way we can go ahead and get a nice crisp saute on the other side as well. So we give those a few minutes on this side. Keep those moving around in the pan. And then we're going to also shoot a little casserole dish. And then we will be adding our glaze. So in the pan, we have everything in that bowl. We have the lemon juice, the lemon zest, the grated ginger, garlic, and then I added in some honey. And I got it bubbling away on the stove to create a thick glaze to add on to our salmon before we pop that in the oven. And get all of that on there. And then we're going to get started with our asparagus. Asparagus is one of the easiest vegetables to make. Anyone can saute asparagus. I do a little bit of avocado oil and butter and get those melded together pretty well. And then I'm going to drop my asparagus in this nice hot saute pan. And we're just going to get those going. Let those saute up really nice. I do a simple seasoning on my asparagus as well. Just kosher salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and some fresh cracked pepper. And dip all of those in the pan. Give them a little shake. Get a little bit of that butter on everything, and then we add in our seasoning. So we'll go ahead and add in a little bit of kosher salt. And some garlic powder and some freshly cracked pepper. And then all of those seasonings, and then we will get those moved around in the pan so that the seasonings get on all sides and they get nice and tender and crisp in that skillet. And again, it only takes about, I would say about 7-8 minutes, depending on how much bite you want to your asparagus. You can put in a little bit more, or you can put in we're just going to give those a good shake, get those sauteing for a few minutes, and after that, we're going to plate everything up. So we got a beautiful plate here with our honey and ginger glazed salmon. Now, I did put that in the oven after I baked it. To finish it off,
In
I did
2008,
also put it
Shepard
on
had coconut
broil
recordings to
so
state
that
investigators.
honey could crisp up
He's
and
not
give
the
a
only
nice
one
little
filing
kind of
complaints
crispy,
about the
crunchy
Romano
topping.
brothers' coin rings,
So
says
this is our
Assistant
finished
U.S. Attorney
product.
Mara
Thank you all
Katz.
again
With
for
one or two
your time.
complaints,
I
we
really
wouldn't have
appreciate it.
called
Please
for a
like and
full-fledged
subscribe
investigation. But there were
and
dozens.
For the sobering
come back again.
choice.
There's more to come,
I'm here
more
to get word to
tutorials,
business.
more
It's Shepard's
recipes.
responsibility.
Y'all have any suggestions? Let me know in the comments section.
I knew I was lying.
Y'all have a
That's
great
the
day.
icing on the cake.
The Homemade Foodie,
Both
back at it
Arnie
again.
and Tom Arnold plead guilty and are currently awaiting sentencing. All four Romano brothers, Michael, Joseph, Salvatore, and Vincent, will be charged with